Alright guys, welcome back to your 28th Intermediate Java tutorial, and in this tutorial I want to start talking about networking, and eventually I'm going to be building applications that connect to a server and utilize stream sockets and going into some really complex networking. But for now, since we're just beginning networking and this is our first video concerning that topic, I'm just going to build a very simple applet, which basically is like kind of it's built into your browser, of course, and it doesn't do a whole lot. It just says what website do you want to visit, and you pick a website, thenewboston.org. It takes you to that, or you can pick another one, and it takes you to that. So again, this isn't really in-depth networking, but for just the purposes of jumping into networking and getting our feet wet, I think this is going to be a really good example just to get you started. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to build this web page right here before we program any Java. So again, remember that whenever you make an applet and make it accessible to everyone on the internet, you basically build an HTML file and then link it to your Java class. That's essentially what you do. So go ahead and open Notepad++, not Eclipse, although I think you could write in Eclipse, and let's go ahead and start making this HTML file. We won't write any like standard XHTML. Just go ahead and make a very basic. Oh, and by the way, probably should have mentioned this. If you guys don't know any HTML whatsoever, I have videos on my website that you can learn from, but this is like the most basic website you guys will ever see. The only thing it has is a body. So let's go ahead and add that. I won't even add a head. And the applet code. So actually, I want to save this right now because the color of black and white is just ticking me off. So go ahead and put File, Save As, and I actually made a folder on my desktop called Test, and I'll just name this, what can I name this? Bucky.html? Name it something.html and you'll be good. Alright, so anyways, I want to build my applet class, so applet, or applet code. Getting ahead of myself here. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to put your code parameter in. Of course, whenever we write this applet in Java, what is the class going to be named? So I'll just name it Bucky's Sites.class. Now, of course, we didn't write this yet, and we're probably going to be doing it in the upcoming tutorials, but for now, I just want to focus on this main web page. So the other thing you do is give your applet a width, and I'll just put it like 500 and a height of 250. Alright, looks good enough. So now our applet tags are taken care of. Now here is how we're going to set this up. You see that we have an applet basically in, we have two main websites in it, thenewboston.org and my Twitter. You actually can put as many websites as you want in it, but I just put two because, if we just have one, then we couldn't even have a selection. It would just be like, what are you going to choose, this one or this one? So, put at least two websites in there, and the websites themselves don't really matter. It's the code that is really important. So for, hello, caps lock, where did you come from? For the parameter, we're going to have four different parameters, which consist of two different titles and two different URL locations. So the title for this one would be thenewboston.org, and the URL would be the address, which is http, colon, // www, all that good stuff. So that's what the parameters are going to consist of. So parameter 1, the name, is title 0, and the value, since this is the title, we'll just put thenewboston.org. Alright, now for, should I do the other title or the address? I'll just do the address. Actually, I'm very lazy, so let me just go ahead and copy this. Now the name for the second parameter is address 0, and the value for this is that, there you go, the full URL, which you would type into your browser to take you to thenewboston.org. Simple enough. So now let me just go ahead and copy these two, and I'll set up the other website for Twitter. So of course, instead of the name being title 0, the Twitter one has the value of 1. So pretty much each website has an identification number. If you wanted to put 13 websites on there, on your 13th set of parameters, it would be title 13, address 13, so on and so forth. But anyways, the value for my Twitter is just something like Bucky's Twitter, and the value for the address, which is the URL of Twitter, is HTTP. Actually, I'm just going to go to my Twitter because I'm too lazy to type all this. Just copy that and paste that shiz right in there. So if you guys can't see that URL, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and put in Google or anything. The key of this tutorial isn't to get the same URLs as me. It's pretty much just to get the concept of what we're doing. And that is, we're setting up an HTML file, and we're also going to be building an applet which pulls information from these parameters and utilizes it to, of course, as you could see, make your browser go to these websites. So again, we're not really connecting to a server through like any complex way. What we're doing is just pulling information from an XHTML file and tricking our browser to go to those websites whenever we click on this list right here. So there you have it. That's what we have to look forward to. Now that you have your HTML file set up, we can now begin building the Java in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.